Back again, in-kind sponsor, Tiffany, best florist. I promise you, the most defining moments of my life, I've sent flowers from Tiff. She's never let me down. We're right here on 3rd Street, across from Wells Fargo. Will's gonna span out. I think grateful and gratitude is what we are going into Thanksgiving. So we'll get her headshot, if you will, of the building, and we'll walk in and we'll talk to the best florist that I know of, for me personally. So we've talked a lot about food and spaces. This, for me, is one of the best spaces that I ever come to, because every time I come here, I know, and Tiff, you'll probably be a little, it's like, hey, my sister's turning 40. I need 40 of the best flowers that you can do.
In 5 minutes.
In 5 minutes. I'm getting better. The seafood place down the road, I actually ordered ahead of time, so I'm notorious for last minute requests. But at the end of the day, whether it be a funeral, whether it be a birthday, whether it be, hey baby, I want to marry you, all of these are real life occasions that I promise you that this woman has helped me with. So it goes beyond just the local business factor. We have a bond, and I'm in the root business of plants, and Tiff is in the power of the flower. And honestly, for me, the deciding moments in my life have always been about the cut flower. And I'll let Tiff talk about where she come from. Since you've been 15, you've been in this space, right?
Yeah, we actually moved here about 22 years ago. Prior to that, we were in the original Floriade, which existed since I was 15. And we bought it out from the original owner probably about 30 years ago. I bought them out about 20 years ago. And we've been here for a little over 20 years. But yeah, it's like, it's the rich fabric of life. It's not just a business. When you're dealing with live materials, you're dealing with people's lives. And I think that every single thing matters. Every flower matters. Every person that walks in the door matters. Whatever it is. So yeah, it's rich and wonderful to be a part of this community.
So it's energy of life.
Yeah.
So, to be honest, I called up Tiff and I said, man, this is the first time. It's the 11th tree lighting ceremony, and we're going to spin it this year because I've got a great friend from Rockaway, New Jersey, Project Kind, and she's doing great things, and I think it would be good for us all. It's a win-win situation. And you kind of said, well, I'm slammed, it's Thanksgiving, blah, blah, blah. And I said, I just think we should do this together. And it took us about, 2 minutes, and you said, okay, fine, I'll do it.
Well, like a small business, you don't have a big advertising budget.
Yeah,
so I can't donate that much, but if I do donate, I want to donate to community-oriented things. Like, this is a really good cause. And so I decided I was going to do it whether I could afford it or not. And I think you can't afford not to do it for that sort of thing. I won't give advertising money to a magazine or something that I don't feel is, as valid as something like that.
And I know we've talked about it a lot, like where do you put your advertising dollars? And you told me 5, 6, 7 years ago when we first started out at Rockaway, you just put it back into the community,
Schools,
you put
churches,
it to the schools.
Yeah.
And this is what Project Kind is about. Homeless, which we know we're a little bit undecided. How are we dealing with it right here in Jax Beach? And the underfunded school systems. And she has really resonated with me to ask you. I wouldn't ask you if I didn't know it would be a win-win, that we could help the community. And true small business, but we're not going to be on the NASDAQ. We're not going to be traded publicly, but we're going to help the community. And that, I think, is so powerful. And I would not have asked you to help if I didn't think the community, you guys out there, are gonna come back and say, hey, just like Greg goes to TIFF for every powerful moment that he ever has in life and gets the best flowers that there are at the beach.
Potentially in the universe.
Yes, the universe, because that's how it goes. But all kidding aside, we're all just trying to help each other. And I mean, if you just, I stand here and look at this singer, and last time I was here, right, the whole showcase fell down and it was water all over. That's what we deal with. But I drive by her house because we're neighbors every single day, and you beep beep and you say, hey, get to work, and 18 hours a day is not uncommon, right,
No.
in the holidays. But at the end of the day, we're celebrating the 11th tree lighting, and we're also bringing Project Kind, and Jen DePaul is flying down here, and we're going to be an outreach, and I have a feeling you and me will outreach together to help the underfunded school kids and the homeless. Let's figure this out together,
With
right?
the power of the flower.
Power of the flower.